Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about a mom hack. Actually, nothing baking related, but a baby hack. I have two boys, one's 3 and my last baby is 8 months old, and so I just want to share something that's helped us. It might not work for everyone, so just pick what you can, and what doesn't work you can toss out. Yeah, but what we learned with our first baby and what we noticed our friends struggle with was that moving the baby from your bed, because in our setting usually we have our babies in the room with us, in fact on the bed with us when they're just born, and then moving them now from the bed to the designated spot where they sleep, whether it's a cot or whatever you have prepared for them. These smart people are really clever. So like, if you don't start early on, like with my firstborn, he was on the bed with me for I think maybe 2 months, and then 2 to 3 months, and then we moved him to the cot after we moved to our home, because it was my first baby. In our tradition, you go to your parents or they come to you, but for me, I'd gone to my mom's place, so I didn't have a cot for him or anything. So when he was born, we're sharing the bed until I was ready to go home. So when we moved back home, we made sure he had his own bed. So immediately I got home, we moved him from our bed to his designated spot, and he's never really had shared the bed with us since. And that really helped us also, just to bond, to have that, to be able to bond together as a couple after the baby, because he wasn't in the bed with us all the time. Yeah, and then so we made sure that we did the same with our second baby. So for my last baby, he didn't even share the bed with us from day one. He was in his own little crib, and I'm kind of glad we did that, because this guy, he's just like in a hurry, and he's very clever, and he loves to snuggle. So I'm thinking, if we didn't really put him in his bed early enough, he would have given me a hard time. So he's already used to sleeping in his own space, in his own bed, and now we're trying to work at eventually kicking him out of the room, but that's a whole story for another day. Okay, anyway, so for our bedtime routine, what I usually do is around 5, because of the weather now, I'll bath him, but usually he would have his bath like around 18:30. But now, because it's very cold, I bath him at 5, so he'll have his bath at 5. And then depending on what we're having for supper, if it's shima, he'll eat with us like around 19. If it's not, then we'll do his porridge, and he'll have porridge around 19. And then after he has his porridge, we'll come to our room, switch the lights off, and then have a little feeding session, and then he'll doze off. And then when he sleeps, he's up like at 3 for a night feed, and then he'll wake up at 6, sometimes at 5, and then that gives you at least a bit of time to rest. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing with this guy, and slowly we're gonna try and start getting rid of we got rid of most of the night feeds, I think, and then we're gonna get rid of the last one. Hopefully we can, but he really likes his boob. But that's basically how I handle the night routine. So he's not entirely sleeping through the night, no, but at least he's sleeping most of the night, and he's good with going back to sleep after he's had his feed. So if this was very helpful, and this is not in any way to make any mom feel bad, at the end of the day, I'm just kind of sharing what works for me, and then it would also help if others would share what works for them, for their baby, and maybe it could help me out with getting rid of the last feed, so I can finally sleep through the night. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.